Here we are, the first stop of the day for hunting for Beyblades with Christian. We're at Walmart in Hastings, Minnesota. Let's see what we can find. Here's the toy section. Let's see if we get lucky.
Need help or just looking?
We're looking for Beyblades.
Just side over here, a little bit farther.
Oh, I see right here. Thank you so much.
Oh, Soar Phoenix, which is one that we've got, I think.
Yeah, we both got that one with the launcher. What about the
they have
Steel
Horn
Samurai?
Rhino.
I like the pricing.
They have Keel Shark.
Keel Shark? How many?
Let's see.
I'm probably gonna get the Steel Samurai. If not, since you found it first.
Okay, they do have a second one.
Oh, sweet. One that I was looking for, another
And
one.
they have Venom and Thanos.
I'm not getting those just yet.
Oh, they also have Bite Croc and Sting Unicorn.
Oh, 15 bucks. Okay. What types are they? So they're a stamp. They could be interesting. Maybe later on.
Yeah, Steel Samurai is tempting, but I might pass on that one.
I'm gonna get Samurai.
Yeah, I definitely need to get Steel Shark.
Steel Shark, yeah, because that's the counter, right?
Yeah, and I'm very tempted on Rhino. Yeah, I might do Rhino and Keel Shark for now, because Rhino at least has a unique tip that I don't have.
And I'm gonna do these two, so Steel Samurai, and Keel Shark. Oh.
Wizard Arrow, Dram Sword, Helm Knight.
Which we all have those. Alright, I call this a success. Next stop, Target.
This is so cute. They have a little Sonic item box.
Little Sonic. We're at the Super Target in Savage, Minnesota, looking for Star Wars Beyblades.
Yeah, they're exclusive to Target here. I guess you were recording when I said that last time, weren't you?
I know.
Oh, okay, well, they're exclusive here. The first one I saw was the Mandalorian and Moff Gideon, but the one I really want is the Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker one.
The OGs.
James Earl Jones, rest in peace.
Yep.
Well, rest in power.
That's the power.
The power of the dark side. So I'm pretty hyped. And for the record, I am still planning on finishing the every black character in Star Wars series. That'll happen eventually.
Here we are in the toy section. Pokemon, Hot Wheels, Tech Decks.
Are you interested in this aisle typically, or?
They're usually around here.
Yeah.
Because that section is of girls. And then this is Legos. You found them?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see what we got in this Savage Target. There's none?
Nope. They've got Knife Shinobi and Keel Shark. And Tail Viper and Sword Dran.
Those are the ones that I got.
Oh, yeah. There's also all of these. So, got Talon.
A lot of Keel Sharks.
Horn Rhino. Steel Samurai. Keel Shark. Steel Samurai. Horn Rhino.
Is this any good?
I haven't gotten that one yet, so I don't know.
We just looked it up. It still will be available at fall. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe. Do you think?
I have no idea.
We're still not leaving empty-handed. We're still gonna do
Talon Terra.
Talon Terra, and it's a balance type. No, stamina type. Remember, guys, I'm still new to this. I'm the noob. He's the expert. Anything else that's worth useful?
I'm curious about what tip Shinobi has.
Shinobi, look. Okay.
Oh, it has that high needle. It says HN.
HN, high needle.
Might be something else that starts with an H needle, but interesting.
Maybe we can get it later for parts.
Definitely one I might look into later.
Yeah.
Also, what Beyblade is Metal Needle on? Metal Needle is banned from the tournament we went to, but
I think it's banned all around.
But I haven't seen the actual
Metal Needle
Beyblade that has it. I mean, I saw it like once, but like I did not retain which one it was.
All right. Well, this was a fail, but it was so nice.
Yeah.
At least we got lucky at Walmart. So, we did our Bay training and some training. We unfortunately forgot to film that, but next time you guys will see that. Got some pretty sick builds, but we are going to show you our haul that we did today with the 2 stores that we went to. Chiin, you want to go first?
Yeah, so here I got Keel Shark, which is known to be a good counter to Wizard Rod, although I already have my counter set up as per our training today. And then I also got Horn Rhino, which I don't know anything about Horn Rhino, but I'm curious to see how it'll perform because it has some parts that I haven't gotten yet, so I'm curious to experiment with that a bit. And then I got this notebook for my Happy Panda script writing because I had to. All right, Jose, you're up.
All right. Well, from Target, I got Talentera, then Steel Samurai, and just for an counter, Keel Shark. And I also got a little notebook to keep my thoughts and work notes. That's everything, right?
Yep.
Well, it was super nice to see you guys.
Excited for next time.
Excited for next time.
All right, we're back with what was technically day 3 of our training for our next tournament. Jose brought us to Level Up Games in Hastings, Minnesota, where we can have a space to train without worrying about making too much noise, because Beyblades are loud. Here we're showing off our current collection of Beyblades at the time of filming, followed by what we're thinking are our most viable teams and the parts we're using. This is Jose's collection.
And now, we're formally introducing our Beyblade team, Wild Dogs.
I made some custom artwork for our Beyblade Battle Passes so we can represent our team in style, though I'll admit, version 1 of the Team Battle Pass art ended up being a bit dark and hard to see, but it's something you'll see me tweak a couple of times before settling in on the final design. Hello Green Battlefield YouTube Empire, I'm your host Chiin Ferno, and I'm here with
Jose, or Jose at Room.
And we're getting ready to work on day 3 of our Beyblade training.
Unfortunately, we didn't record the other 2 days, but we got a lot of stockpile right now of Beys. We're getting ready for tournament. We're excited and getting ready. And this time, I'm going to compete.
Before we begin, here's a brief overview of some important terminology to know for Beyblade X. First, the parts. The blade is the top of the Beyblade. This is the part that makes contact with other blades. The ratchet is the middle part. It helps to determine the height and balance of the blade's impact points. It is also what holds the Beyblade together, or what causes it to explode or burst. Ratchet naming conventions are determined by the number of protrusions and the height of the ratchet. There are currently 3 heights at the time of filming: 80, 8mm, 70, 7mm, and 60, the shortest at 6mm. Recently, an even taller 85, 8.5mm ratchet was released with Night Mail, but this was not out at the time of filming and won't be relevant for this 4-part series. Height can also be read by the number of notches or indentations on each side of the ratchet. 4 on each side, making 8 for 80, 3 on one side and 4 on the other, making 7 for 70, and 3 on each side, making 6 for 60. So if you had a ratchet that had 3 protrusions and was 6 millimeters tall, it would be called 360. And finally, the bit. This is the tip of the Beyblade, the part that makes contact with the stadium. It will determine the stamina, movement pattern, and extreme dash ability of your Beyblade. Different bits have different burst resistances as well, meaning that some bits are easier to knock off a Beyblade. Winder versus string launcher, this one's pretty simple. Winder is your traditional Beyblade launcher with a ripcord that you pull out of the winder. And the string launcher has a string that you pull that stays attached to the launcher. Additionally, there are 4 types of victory conditions in Beyblade X, each garnering a certain amount of points. Worth 1 point is the stamina finish, sometimes referred to as a spin or survival finish. This is the most basic type of victory. It is achieved simply when the opponent's Beyblade stops spinning. Worth 2 points is the over finish, often referred to as a stadium out or knockout finish. This occurs when the opponent's Beyblade is knocked out of the stadium or into one of the pockets. Also worth 2 points, now that it's no longer the primary gimmick, the burst finish. This victory gimmick was introduced in the prior generation, Beyblade Burst, and occurs as one might assume when a Beyblade bursts, or in other words, explodes or falls apart. If any part of the Beyblade fully disconnects and separates from the Beyblade, it is considered a burst. And finally, the main gimmick of Beyblade X, an extreme finish. This occurs when a Beyblade utilizes the extreme dash line, that zipper around the stadium, to knock the opponent's Beyblade out of the stadium through the extreme zone, the opening at the center of the back part of the stadium, in between the 2 pockets. As the main gimmick for this generation, an extreme finish is worth 3 points.
3, 2, 1.
Here I'm using stock Cobalt Dragoon 260C if I remember correctly.
And now I'm using Dronzer Spiral 380T.
Day 3 was one of our first super serious training sessions after we'd both built up our collections. I had a lot of new Beyblades in particular I was curious about testing out for viability in the upcoming tournament, so the bulk of the training this time around ended up being more focused on me building my deck.
Switched to using my stock Wizard Rod 570DB because it's the current meta in Beyblade X. Wizard Rod is a stamina type. It's currently unparalleled in its power, so it's basically the standard. It's a blade that a lot of bladers are currently using. We decided to use it as our benchmark for testing our decks.
Yeah, if a Beyblade can even come close to taking down Wizard Rod, especially consistently, then it will probably be a pretty solid contender. For those who might not know, Cobalt Dragoon is special because beyond being the spiritual successor to Dragoon from the original Beyblade series, Cobalt Dragoon is one of the few left-spinning Beyblades currently available in X.
For our sanity checks, we decided to do rounds of 3, excluding any bad launches or anything a judge will have difficulty ruling on. Next, I wanted to test out my new stock Drigger / 480P.
Yeah, I'm still using Cobalt Dragoon here, but I've also got the X versions of Drigger and Dronzer, and both are a lot of fun. After the abysmal and totally non-viable remakes back in Burst, I was actually really surprised at just how good the X version of these remakes are.
Now I'm testing out my modded Phoenix. Ratchet 560 needle bit.
And this is also just stock.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's a very interesting bit.
And now I'm making some adjustments to see if I can't give Cobalt Dragoon a bit more stamina. I swapped out the 260 Ratchet and the Cyclone bit for Yell Kong's 360 Ratchet and Gearball bit. And Jose switched back to his stock Wizard Rod for testing purposes. movement on this guy. Okay. 3,
2,
2.
1.
Then I swapped them both out again for my 480 ratchet and the high needle bit.
Because I'm guessing you're still looking for the Wizard Rod Destroyer, right? For you?
I have enough to be confident right now. Mostly it's just I got a handful of new Beyblades, so I want to make sure that what I'm using is the best out of what I've got.
Well, this is the meta, so
yeah,
we should probably keep on.
Try this one again.
Beyblades, are you done with your final adjustment?
All right, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2.
Stamina battle. Close, but no cigar.
What if I try this one?
That's gonna be funky. 3, 2.
Then I briefly tested the disc ball bit.
This is the bit that comes with stock Wizard Rod. It's got good stamina, about on par with the ball bit, to which disc ball is the successor. The ring, or disc around the bit, is designed to help push the blade back into an upright position if it gets knocked off balance. And it also provides a bit of life after death potential, meaning the blade may continue to spin slightly longer even after it's technically lost its rotational momentum. Disc ball can be a bit risky too, as it's a slightly taller bit and it also has low burst resistance.
Close.
What can I do to lower the profile here?
Yeah, because you ideally want to hit the ring, right?
I do want to test this guy out. He's definitely going to lose, but 3, 2.
Stock knife Shinobi 480 high needle.
Wasn't fighting move quite so spectacularly. He's got a, I think, high needle.
3, 2, 1. What was that?
Heel Shark with the Cyclone bit and 260 ratchet from Cobalt Dragoon.
That's actually a pretty killer combo. Get it? Get it?
It's going to make me keel over.
Oh my gosh. 3, 2, 1.
Cobalt Dragoon 960 high needle.
Back to trying to figure out the best strategy for Dragoon. 960 is actually one of the best ratchets in X right now. It's a 6mm ratchet, so it's got a low profile, which is great for keeping a low center of gravity and striking opponents from underneath. And although it might sound risky to have 9 protrusions, the protrusions on 960 are actually pretty small and hard to hit or latch onto, giving it a high burst resistance, especially when paired with the lower profile. 960 is definitely my personal favorite ratchet so far.
That was definitely a lot closer to what I'm looking for, but not enough stamina on that one.
Fall down.
960 gear ball.
Gear ball is an interesting bit because it provides a decent amount of stamina with its ball shape, but it's also designed with gears that travel all along the bit so that it can connect to the extreme line more easily.
Checking if it's overheating or not. Good contact though. A 9 of stamina. Oh wait. They're both a little wobbly. It's still no dice. 2.
Taper.
Taper is a pretty standard bit, and it comes with a lot of Beyblades. It's got a decent balance between stamina and attack, which is nice if you're trying to be a balanced blader like me. It's aggressive, but not too aggressive.
I'd say I'm a bit shocked on that one.
Yeah, that was.
least like October 12th. So we will definitely have to continue doing testing. Really? Interesting.
Unite.
Unite is meant to be a bit similar to Ball and Taper, offering more aggression and a bit more stamina. There's a dot in the middle that's supposed to touch the stadium to offer the extra stamina, but there was a factory defect in several of the Unite bits where the dot wasn't long enough to actually touch the stadium. Unfortunately, my Unite bit is one with this defect, but it's still a decent bit.
That was pretty close.
It was close, but that goes with a no pile. 3, 2, 1.
Point.
Little hop and a skip.
Point bit is a fun one, and one of my personal favorites, at least on the list of bits I rarely actually use. Point is a bit that, like some of the others I've discussed, has a balance between attack and stamina. It has a flat shape to it, which allows for a great amount of speed and attack when launching at an angle, but it also has a dot in the center, much like Unite, only the dot on Point actually touches the stadium. So if you launch it flat, or when it's finished just attacking gets knocked back onto the point, it shifts into a more stamina-focused mode, balancing on the dot to maintain its spin. Point was also the bit I put Venom on after I made some adjustments to it during my first tournament.
Ooh, that would have been nice. Oh, first.
I'll go ahead and add this one to the maybe file.
Yeah, that's a maybe.
Alright, now I'm testing out Ball. I guess it would help if I was showing the bits I was testing. These are the ones I've tested so far that have gotten a no from me.
This is Gear Ball, Unite, High Needle, and Disc Ball. And then in my maybe pile, I have Taper and I have Point.
2.
That was a bad launch on my end.
Ball is known as one of the best bits for stamina in X, though this is balanced slightly by its low burst resistance. It's basically like Disc Ball, but without the disc.
Let's redo
Try that one again.
Like, that was a really bad launch. My bad. Unacceptable!
It doesn't provide much speed or movement, but it will keep your Beyblade spinning longer. A bit illogically, despite my personal preference for stamina and balance, Ball actually isn't one of my favorite bits.
I think if he wasn't run off the middle, you're good. But see? Every time he goes over that lip, we're getting places, we're getting places.
Yeah, I think Ball's probably not going to cut it. 3, 2.
Alright, I may have gone whip it.
Well, not everybody's going to be using string launchers, so.
Yeah.
3, 2.
I need to look at spray paint that I have in my house. I might have some that matches different colors.
Oh yeah,
So we
purple,
can paint
or pink and green.
pink and green.
Yeah, purple.
And purple.
Yeah, pink, green, and purple, and brighter green.
I'll do green and pink. No, that would look like something from Shrek. Let me see what paint I have, and then we'll decide.
Yeah, your color is mainly pink, and mine is green. 3, 2.
Tip.
Venom's needle.
Okay.
3, 2.
Needle isn't particularly well loved in the Beyblade X community, but it's still one of my favorites. I used it a lot at the previous tournament, and I felt it did well for me. And although its tilting gimmick can leave you pretty vulnerable to attack or make you susceptible to scraping against the stadium floor, it's a gimmick I personally just find to be really fun. When utilized properly, it can be very powerful too.
That's pretty close. That's definitely a maybe.
It's a no.
It's a no?
Yeah, plus that one's already being held up by Jigger. I'm once again using the taper bit. 3, 2, 1.
I think we should take a shot of all the Beyblades that we currently have.
I agree.
Just so we can see like the lineup that we're working with. And then at the end of this.
So next I'm going to test out Spike.
Spike is a bit of a weird one. I'm honestly not really sure how to quantify what it does. It's a bit like a worse version of Needle, but I'm not sure that's the most accurate description. I kind of like Spike. I think it's okay, but I'm sure most people in the community will say that it's completely worthless and serves no purpose.
I don't even know what that was. Spike is such a weird one.
I'm still using Wizard Rod. We're trying to train with the best.
3, 2.
Yeah, that's definitely a no. Or what do you think?
No, yeah, I agree. That's always been the problem with Spike, is the second it kind of gets really off balance, it's almost pretty much over. Yeah. Testing out Gear Flat. It's not one of my favorite ones. Actually, I kind of hate Gear Flat, but it is one of the better flat ones in my opinion.
Yep.
3, 2.
I do cringe a little hearing myself say that. I'm still not the biggest fan of flat tips, mostly because I like having stamina, but Gear Flat is a really good attack type.
Okay, this is definitely...
Gear Flat has definitely made me a lot more violent.
Yeah.
It might be my favorite of the flat tips. It's fast, and for being a flat tip, it has an impressive level of stamina. It's also covered in gears to help link to the extreme line more easily.
The problem though is definitely using stamina.
Yeah. But it's holding up. It's in the middle where...
It's doomed now.
Yeah, it's circling like hyenas.
Really? I was
Yep.
not expecting
Because
that.
it went on the side.
Wow, okay. Alright, we gotta try that one more time.
One more time, one more
This
time.
might be a bit more viable than I thought.
I'd argue it's a must-have, but it comes with Phoenix Wings, so that's a given. But I think this testing session is the moment that cemented in my mind just how good Gear Flat is.
Non-step, man.
3, 2,
1.
Yeah, I forgot I was gonna bring one this time, but
Okay, one more time. I think we got the recipe.
3, 2, 1.
Completely bursted.
So I'm putting this lineup on my bench. That definitely is the most viable I think I've had for Cobalt Dragoon, which is I'm shocked by because I hate using flat tips. Just because.
Maybe because it's so low that it goes under.
Yeah, well,
Because it burst 3 times
Yeah.
technically.
And it's because it's so flat too that it moves around really fast. But that's also why it has like little to no stamina, which is why I hate flat tips, because they don't have any stamina. And I'm typically either a stamina blader or a defensive blader usually.
1,
3, 2,
2, 1.
Settled on my Cobalt Dragoon for the time being, I wanted to work with my Drigger Slash 480 needle. It's a build I've been pretty happy with, and I've been really surprised by the amount of movement Drigger has, even on a more stationary bit like Needle. Jose is of course using his stock Dronzer Spiral 380 taper.
There's twice that you've hit me into the pocket. 3, 2.
And I'm not sure what it is about these blades, but Drigger and Jonja get super volatile when they're battling each other.
Come on, back. What bit are you using?
My Drigger is modified with the needle bit, but the rest is stock 480. I thought it would be a good idea to test my modified Drigger against a stock Drigger. After all, what better way to figure out if your modifications to a Beyblade have improved it than to test it against itself?
Angling your launch?
Yep.
Okay, that
tight,
counted.
slightly.
3, 2. Oh, I thought that was mine. It was yours.
I want to test out something.
Okay.
So I'm going with Driggers.
That'll be interesting.
But, you know,
3, 2.
And then I try putting Drigger's point bit on Dronzer and Dronzer's taper bit on Drigger. I called it enemies to lovers.
alright. 3, 2. What would you consider that?
I believe you technically won that one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I knocked you out first. Okay. 3, 2. Yeah, this is definitely poo-poo stinky paper.
Now Jose has made the enemies to lovers transformation complete by putting the 480 ratchet of Drigger onto Dronzer, and also putting Dronzer's 380 ratchet onto Drigger.
That did seem to make a tangible difference. 3, 2. Did you want to test it?
Yeah, let me test it. Big launcher.
It's me, Jose.
1, 2.
So at this stage in our training, Jose had yet to acquire the winder style launcher, so he's been using string this whole time.
I didn't pull power enough.
I let him borrow my winder launcher to see if the extra power would help make his enemies to lovers Dronzer a bit more effective.
3, 2.
Let's try it one more time. I think I found the speed.
Jose was trying to gain more control by adjusting his ripping speed. I personally didn't think such a thing to be necessary, but it is easy to lose control with the big winder if you're not careful, so his caution at least was warranted.
I think this might be you.
That's pretty funny.
Okay, let me try the string launcher again. So. It's going hog wild. It's going jumping off the ropes.
Let's see. I'm going to switch things up a bit if that's alright.
Alright, give me a defense.
After that, we shifted focus back to doing some training for Jose, so I went back to stock Wizard Rod so that he could test out some of his new combinations.
Stamina counts as defense, right?
Okay, it's giving up a good fight.
3, 2.
completed outer carnage before the ring out. That'll be a hard one to judge.
3, 2.
I like to use the X Factor when I rip it hard.
Yeah, extreme dash.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's viable against Trigger. It's not so viable against this, but that might be because it's so light as well. Against a Wizard Rod, it needs to be able to either take the knockback or it needs to be able to knock it back itself.
Maybe I need more speed, but still.
That also may be a factor.
Yeah.
3, 2.
A bit of carnage.
Yeah, I know that. Although we've been kind of using it a lot, Wizard Rod's bit, it's rated poorly, mostly because it falls out really easily. And I think that's by design because I think otherwise it would probably be pretty good. So they probably made it that fell out really easily so it would have a balance.
Right where it was. Oh, that was actually pretty dope. Okay, let me try with the big ultra.
3, 2.
I think that's it. Speed. It needs speed. Just like Sonic. If I ever stand a chance. Or what do you think?
I don't know. I think in order to beat something like Wizard Rod, you'd need more weight. But I don't know if there are any parts that can give you that besides the changing the top. But I do want to see how you do against some of my others.
Okay. And this is a viable attack.
Yeah, it's viable for your deck.
Because this is my Wizard Rod kill it can do it.
3, 2. It's for the better that it happens.
Phoenix Wing 570 Spike.
3, 2. So with the big launcher, you are at higher risk of self-destructing.
Yeah, I just need to control it.
3, 2.
Okay, let's redo that one.
I will say, maybe we should turn it like this, because I think that's how it's going to be typically in the tournament. You're going to be facing from one side, and then you have the option to spin it.
In case that wasn't clear, I realized we didn't have the stadium-oriented tournament style, so I rotated it so we could practice using it the way it was intended.
Well, I chipped off a bit of your paint.
Bro, it's meant to be used.
Yeah, I know. 3, 2.
Maybe because I'm still so new to like the
Here, we'll
big
switch back to
Wizard Rod. Okay. Still stock.
Not stock.
Friends to enemy. The friends to enemy build. I think I might need another nib.
Yeah.
Like a bit.
Because your bait is good for attack, but it's not good for stamina.
I figured since I had luck with Needle on my Drigger, maybe it would work well for Dronzer too. So I let Jose borrow my Needle bit for this one.
high needle, right?
No, it's just needle.
Just needle.
Unfortunately, that just made him scrape against the stadium.
Let's give it a one more try. Acceleration.
3, 2. Three, two.
If I can pocket it, I think that's a build to pocket it.
Yeah, I was mostly just curious because this is currently the build I have on my Drigger. The only difference is you have Dronzer on there instead of Drigger. So I wanted to see if, since Dronzer, the top of Dronzer seems to be a little bit heavier, I wanted to see if that would work better. But
Dronzer is actually a bit lighter than Drigger.
matter of fact, actually before you test that, put this on because we can literally test this directly. What?
Oh yeah. No, like this is a draw.
Drigger and Dronzer are so volatile together. It's so hard to gauge anything.
Yep. Enemies to lovers. I think that was a ring out before a burst.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to qualify those ones.
Spike, trigger, front
Dronzer.
Dronzer. Sorry.
3, 2. That was very interesting. There's such a... It's always interesting to me, the distinct difference between spike and needle. Yeah.
I would have thought that would be the same.
3, 2.
Like it has enough pushback once I give it enough speed. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. It's like a knockback build.
3, 2.
See, this time I did it with less speed. Just doing more defense.
You consistently hit me in the pocket, though.
2 out of 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time, and then I'll switch the string just to see.
1, 2. Whoops. 3 for 3 on the pocket.
I'm telling you, it's a knockback build.
2.
Spelled it.
2.
Let's get it ready. 1, 2. Well, we got a burst.
1, 2.
I can't believe I'm saying this.
It looks like you got your angle down.
I can't believe I'm saying. I might need string when I'm going against the defense type.
Though Wizard Rod is a stamina type. I started clawing back a victory from his Dronzer Spike, but even so, I'm still shocked at how well it did overall.
Oh, big knockback.
Yeah, the key to defeating you is to knock you off balance.
Yeah.
3, 2.
Almost out of pocket. That's a nice motion. Not nice for me, but nice for you.
3, 2.
What's the rebound, but
Okay, 1, 2. Can I go up against your wizard rod?
yeah. Switching to Wizard Rod.
Wizard Rod, 560, high needle.
Wizard Rod, right? Modified.
1, 2.
I did my attack angle.
It was time for me to put my modified wizard rod to the test, just to make sure it was better than the stock wizard rod.
Angle. That's still pretty good.
I want to test my prior build once again against your wizard rod. I guess.
Wizard Rod 560 ball.
I keep on going angles. I've got attack up mine.
To see if having it on ball might be a little bit more stable than having it on disc ball, which can tend to scrape the dish, although it's designed for stability.
Hold on, let me try it without angles.
Oh, mine was actually so weird because my bit actually fell out. 1.
Fortunately, even if the bit gets dislodged, it's not considered a burst unless the bit fully disconnects.
And this is your defense, right?
Yeah.
Again, Wizard Rod is a stamina type. Jose's philosophy was to build a balanced deck, so ideally he'd be using one attack type Beyblade, one stamina Beyblade, and one defense Beyblade in his tournament deck. My goal, however, was to have a deck of balanced Beyblades, so rather than having one of each type, I wanted to have 3 with elements of all types.
Well, I think you got a defense
You know
Wizard
what?
Rod.
I need to test this directly.
I still wasn't sure whether or not I liked ball or high needle best on Wizard Rod, so I decided to test which one was better directly by having Jose swap out his bit for high needle.
What is this tip?
It's high needle.
High needle?
Yeah.
There may be a slight discrepancy because I'm pretty sure I'm using a 560 ratchet, and at the time I believe Wizard Rod's stock ratchet that Jose is using to be 560 as well, but it's actually 570.
The problem is stamina.
The problem is speed.
Yeah, speed.
Okay, so now we're gonna swap. So you take that one, and I'll try this one with the big launcher. Okay.
At this point, I swapped Beyblades with Jose. Testing head-to-head was one thing, but I was worried the results might be skewed by the fact that I was using a winder and Jose was using a string launcher. So, to make sure we were judging things accurately, I had him launch the Wizard Rod on ball with his string launcher, while I did the one on high needle with my winder.
I will say this, I do think you need to get a big ripper, if for no other reason than testing purposes. We'll go one more time.
As you can see, the change in launcher definitely seemed to be making a difference.
I don't know. They are just too even, and it is impossible to tell.
Jose had an orb bit from his tail viper, so he decided to test out that one. Orb is a lot like ball, only the ball shape is smaller, giving it less surface area. Theoretically, that should give it a little bit more stamina.
Interesting. It seems like that ball is low profile.
Yeah. Well, it is the lowest, I think.
3, 2.
Well, once it go, it goes.
3, 2. That was pretty close.
Alright.
2.
It's doable.
Do you think it's better than ball 3?
I honestly don't know. But then again, this is a defense already, but Wizard Rod's a lot more heavy.
Yeah, no, definitely you're gonna want Wizard Rod over
Wizard Rod.
anything else.
That's the meta.
Wizard Rod is almost a guarantee in your party.
I mentioned before that I wasn't super happy with how my first attempt at making the custom Battle Pass art turned out. It was dark and things blended together, so I made some tweaks and reprinted the updated versions of the artwork. Once it was printed, I laminated it with holographic foil and cut out the next version. I'm really happy with how version 2 turned out. The colors were a lot brighter and things didn't look so muddled together. I felt like it was clearly visible this time around. Lightning El Drago, 560 ratchet gear flat bit.
I'm using my freshly acquired stock Cobalt Dragoon for the first time.
Day 4 of training came after a long day, and there was an event going on at Level Up Games since we were here on a Friday rather than a Thursday like usual. So our training this day was cut a bit shorter than usual.
Lightning El Drago is another remake of an older Beyblade, this one from the Metal Fight generation. Currently, it's the only other less spinning Beyblade in X besides Cobalt Dragoon.
Dronzer 480 Spike. This is actually one of Jose's combinations, so this testing is for him.
Punch the lover. One more shot, and then I think Friends of Lovers might be my bench. Because this is more violent than whatever I have. Unless El Drago, since I'm getting both. Which I need to check. 1, 2, 3, What do you think?
I think it's going to need some tweaks to be truly viable, but I think it's on the right track. It's the top. So for me, I put it on the top of just past my bench. So it didn't make it onto my main team or my bench team, but it made it onto my next up.
With my arsenal, this is the best attack that I have. 1, 2, 3.
Not bad. What if you tried ball?
Ball?
On Dragoon.
On Dragoon? Do you have a ball? Because Phoenix is still good, I think. I just need a defense and an attack. Now I'm questioning my attack.
Wizard Rod.
Your modded Wizard Rod.
That's the dot bit on my Wizard Rod.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
But you want them to be more aggressive, don't you?
Yeah, that's why I like.
Try this.
Cobalt Dragoon with gear flap.
Okay, interesting.
Let's try that one more time. I shot it at a weird angle.
1,
3,
2.
2.
So we need to find a balance between giving it the movement you want, giving it decent stamina for when it gets stuck like that. 3, 2.
Cobalt Dragoon with point.
Okay.
That was definitely better.
Best out of 3. Remember, we always choose 3. We're not 2, 3. Okay, 2 rounds. 2 rounds. 1, 2, 3. I think this is viable.
Then mine's better than I was expecting.
If it's 3 against a modded,
Let's try one more time.
one more time.
I want to get at least 2 consistent non-ring outs.
1, 2, 3. Ring off of the best.
I noticed that a lot of the people seem to focus on pushing others out of the ring, but my focus is, 1, trying to stay in the ring, and then I think if you can beat a Beyblade while staying in the ring, then that's when you know.
But ring
it's
out
good.
gives you more points. That's the
True.
thing. This might be my ring out, Phil.
That was really fun. Okay. I'm gonna try a different one. Yeah.
Phoenix Rudder 970 Glide.
Ooh. Wait, isn't that a rubber tip?
No,
What's that? What's that? What's that one?
I believe it's Glide.
Glide? Is it legal?
I think so.
1, 2, 3. Oh, it's needles. There's metal needles that make it up.
And that is my issue with Glide. It always falls out.
Where did you get this one?
This is stock.
Oh, what's that one?
It's Glide Phoenix.
Ooh.
It's the UX version of Phoenix.
What's UX?
And now, a bad explanation of UX versus BX Beyblade.
So my understanding is UX is kind of the next set, because you know how like in the middle of the season they get like a second Beyblade that's like better and stuff. Like I think UX is the next
Upgrade?
Yeah, the next upgrade. And so basically, here's the difference. And also, Wizard Rod is a UX Beyblade.
Okay.
The difference is, so this is BX. It's got the hooks are metal. This has plastic hooks, and the metal is kind of on the outside, so the weight distribution is different. It's outer rather than inner. And there are other differences.
And they're Japanese only, I imagine.
No.
No?
I mean, not all of them are, but...
To put it a little bit more clearly, there's the basic line, BX, and there's the unique line, UX. The unique line seems to be the second sub-generation in X, rather than using metal launcher hooks at the center of the Beyblades, keeping the center of gravity closer to the middle as in BX. The UX Beyblades have plastic launcher hooks, which causes the center of gravity to be pushed outwards on all the Beyblades. This is mostly contextual speculation on my part, but it's also worth noting that the unique line of Beyblades seem to offer more unique parts as well, with many having more custom and unique features, bits, and gimmicks, as opposed to the basic line, which seemed a bit more standard and a little more uniform.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Stock Dran Buster 160 axle.
Where did you get that one? Amazon?
Yeah, all these are from Amazon.
Amazon Japan or Amazon America?
Amazon Japan, though. I think some of them can be found on the US. Like, I think this one can be found on US Amazon.
Okay. Definitely check in.
And two.
Yeah, I think this is it. This is the combo for right now.
Not bad.
Okay. I think this is it. I think this is my new attack type.
Hell's Hammer 370 Hexa.
1, 2, 3.
So this is Hammer Incendio, I believe is what you Man, this one moves so weirdly.
I know.
That's because it's on the Hexa bit. As the name implies, the bit is a hexagonal shape, which causes the Beyblade to attack in a sort of hammering motion. It's got a real wonky movement pattern, and although I couldn't find a place for it in my deck for a long time, it's always been one of my favorites.
By the way, I've been looking into tripods for both the big camera, like a Gorilla Pod.
Nice.
Whale Wave 470 High Needle. It's not the Canon version, but I got this black Whale Wave from a blind box.
We've had that really wide bit, but I didn't get the prize one, so
1, 2. What is this type? Defense?
You know what? I'm not sure. Might be well, probably defense because it's really heavy.
Whale Wave is a balance type.
Okay, it's good against defense.
Tail Viper with El Drago's 160 ratchet and a flat bit.
This is actually one that you have, I think.
Wyvern Gale 260 Spike.
Oh, it's got a... It's not needle, it's spike.
Oh, it's right.
3, 2... Yeah, that's pretty typical.
Burst.
Sphinx Cowl 180 gear flat.
That one was pretty close.
Should we do that? 3, 2, 1. Okay. What do you think? This is viable, or?
I think it's viable. I am actually surprised at how well this one is doing against it.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good.